you're getting hit by a Thunder Strike if you're in range to basic attack, so Jewel can trade. Ringo has a slight bit of edge. Also, a Gwen could probably do okay here.
Yeah, actually, Gwen would be a really good pick here.
SK taking their time. I mean, they've got bonus time to work with here. They saved it up till the end. Might as well use it to make sure you're picking the right thing. If you had to say, I mean, ruminating on a little bit, Gwen is the strongest, we're thinking?
If this is like a CP Blackfeather coming out of the jungle, which it could be, SK could definitely, give Kvalifar.
Oh!
And that, I'm glad we brought that up because there we go.
So are we thinking, I mean, we're probably thinking, right, that this is Kvalifar's Blackfeather?
Yeah.
Most likely.
Unless it's a lane
I would not want to see a lane petal.
I mean, 40% bonus weapon damage on that trampoline. It's pretty good.
I will be blown away if we see that. But, I mean, we could still...
Absolutely fantastic job in the last game. We'll have to wait and see. Kvalifar on the Black Feather, though, against the Duel. And the guys on the desk did speak about the Duel a little earlier. It's risen in popularity, especially in EU. So break down the... yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. Like, how does the Black Feather do into the Duel, though?
It's very mobile. So the Black Feather does have the feint to kind of gap close, and then of course you can kind of barrel roll away with the Rose offensive, and that's a block there as well. So things like hooks, things like stuns, it can be really hard to lock down a Black Feather. Really good appropriation of your resources, and Kvalifar is just going to be dancing all day, even harder than what he did last round with that Rona. I'm just as a side note, I'm kind of curious that we have this 3v3 kind of going on in lane right now. It's very reminiscent of like Blitz or anything else, but Mouse have really opted to stick together earlier on. I'm not entirely too sure that that's something I would have expected.
No, definitely not. And Asta did not expect the petal coming in. Jetpacks is here as well, and Asta just completely caught off guard. And that will be first blood, and that will go straight over to Tyra's. And that is not exactly where the jungle Asita wanted to be. The jungle Kestrel, I should say, wanted to be.
So to finish up the thoughts then, is the first that Great Khali is actually laning, it seems, here with this Jewel. I don't know if he's really just going to be trying to cover here for Aster or not, but we don't actually have that weapon Jewel here. This is a crystal Jewel going forward. This is very different than what we saw played out by Waldemar and why Jewel kind of had a little bit more of a resurgence of popularity. Now, Aster is a weapon Kestrel, and the weapon Kestrel up against a Black Feather actually fares out just a little bit better, simply because with the more weapon power you get here of the Kestrel, you can use those active camos, and you can actually bait the Black Feathers with the Kestrels with that active.
And we'll see if that does come into play, because Asta needs to, put his A game on. The Sky game last game really didn't do him justice, and already dying this early on, not a problem, but, weapon power Kestrel, she does get pretty mean. Or even crystal power Kestrel, she does get pretty mean towards the late game anyway. But already SK yet again, just trying to disrupt Asita. Asita doesn't really have any vision here. They might just jump on her again.
Yep.
Trampoline's in, Jetpack's going to come forward as well. Asita didn't take him really low. The flare to reveal him, not a problem. SK Gaming already 2 kills on the board, and both of those on Tyra's as well. And facing a fed petal is just, it's not very fair sometimes.
Yeah, and as soon as we get that intense jungle coming out, she's going to get flustered.
Hang on a second, forecourt. Emma King's going to get jumped on as well. Triple kill, or at least 3 kills on the board for Tyrus already. And yeah, as soon as that gets intensified, we're definitely going to see him pick up a couple of items, because already 3 kills on the board. He says, Kvalifar, you've had your time. It's my time to shine.
So, a little bit early on, I did mention, Mouse kind of sticking together as 3. That, well, it worked out safety of numbers. Now, Asiter and Great Khali, I mean, fine, they're going to get some harass here, but it's not going to be anywhere close to a kill. Strength of numbers worked out, but the weakness of that is as soon as they all kind of melt away from lane, you can pretty much assume they've started a jungle rotation, and SK, they invaded, they got the kill, and now they've just been kind of doing it here on Clockwork. Now, Ember King is actually here this time for Asiter. This might make a difference.
It might make a difference, and the Crystal Sentry as well. You can't forget about that guy. In the early game, does a little bit of damage. Let's not bat our wings at that.
It's a big deterrent for sure.
He is. MouseSports though, they need to pull their socks up, man.
It's a little painful to watch. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of our analysts said that SK very much in the driver's seat when it comes to kind of the outplays. Might not be the best of comps here from SK, but it does kind of go into their wheelhouse at the same time. I mean, Kvalifar is really known for these lanes, especially with melee. He's just saw the Rona, and he's doing fantastic here as well.
He is indeed. Emma King taking a lot of damage. Kali as well taking an absolute ton. Valafar not afraid to kind of step up to the mark, like you said. Can be very aggressive and is very, very good at laning. So quite prominent, especially on this Black Feather. Asita, yeah, he's kind of standing in front of 3 of them forecourt, just like, yeah, that's cool. Come at me, yeah, it's not a problem.
And again, just you know that there's a jungle rotation here.
Oh boy, Asita's going to get jumped on again. Oh, you just feel bad at this point. 0-3, not going too well at all. Great Khali is going to take him really low. That Frostburn doing a lot of work. The Tyra is just slowing him up. Emma King as well is going to be there. Not going to be able to trade up too much. Only got polite company on his side. Kavalafar yet again, wandering into 2, not afraid. And when he gets his build online, I can imagine he's just going to be such a pain for Khali to deal with.
Now, Human has also mentioned it could be a Crystal Feather. It's not going to be quite the case here. K-Val, again, like, I just don't think he's worried at all. I mean, he still has boots if he really needs them. His level 6 is about to come online. The Rose Offensive will go a long way, not only for the mobility, but for the survivability as well. You can get in if you really need gap close. You can get out with that block. You can use it for, hooks. It's a really good spot for Kavalfar to be in. And once he does said that level 6, this is where Great Khali is going to be a little bit more on notice because he is going all offensive. Look at that first item. That's a Shatter Glass in that inventory.
That big red button is going to absolute hit like a truck. If he can get it off, of course. Of course.
Yeah. I mean, look at it, though. I mean, K-Val can barrel roll away out of the line of it. Tyra's has the trampoline, and then Jetpack can just follow whoever he needs to.
A hop, skip, jump really away, basically.
Yeah. Like, if we get a combo from Mouse, they're still in this. But if Game 1 was any kind of indication, those combos are going to be few and far between.
Oh boy, Kavalafar almost taking out Great Khali there. Not so great after that little skirmish. Emma King, though, he's got the level 6. Got Force to Cord available. They could definitely twin those ultimates together. Force to Cord into the big red button. We'll see if it goes off. He does bring it in, but unfortunately, he doesn't do anything more. That's going to be it. Gauntlet goes down. Asta taking a lot of damage. He's in the front line. Ends up falling again. 4th kill of the game. Tyra's the man of the match right now. Great Khali. Oh my goodness, that damage. That's what happens when you turn your back to Kavalafar. Jetpack's under the turret as well. Emma King not doing it all too much. Just can't really do anything. Uses the polite company, uses the Force to Cord. Other than that, not really too much else he is able to do. Even Quibble, just kind of chilling after he's used all those cooldowns. Kind of useless.
So you saw the anchor come in, right? The Force to Cord, it brought in K-Val, immediately just Rose Offensives out. There's no combos to be going down. I didn't even think we saw a big red button even cast. But Great Khali, as soon as that had happened, Great Khali actually bounced backwards behind turret, leaving Emmer King in the front there with Aster. And as you did say through the commentary, man, Aster's that frontline man. That's not where you want that Kester. Weapon or not, she doesn't have enough power under her to get that active camo kind of into a good spot yet.
Definitely not, and Emma King's not in a good spot either. He's getting chased by Jetpacks and Tyras. He's going down really low here. Crystal Sentry is going to come through as well. That 4-5 health doing a little bit of work.
Finally.
Will end up saving him, but in the lane, Great Khali chilling under that turret, not with much HP right now. He's sitting on about a 3rd, and SK Gaming just kind of jumping on this turret. They know they have the effective tools to just sit under this turret right now and just pummel away at it. They're not really scared at all. Like you said, there's a ton of mobility on SK. They can get out of realistically any situation that Mouse can kind of throw at them. And yet again, just in the lead. 6-0, by the way, forecourt. My God, will they ever stop killing people?
Well, maybe not.
Hope not.
Emmer King just threw out the Force to Cord right there, though. Does actually get blocked up. Jetpacks has defeated that combo that perhaps Emmer King was looking for, but still, throwing it down all on top of Jetpacks might not have even been a kill anyway.
Oh, Asita's been fouled. Leave him alone. He's had enough. He gets taken out. Jetpack's actually with the secure this time, completely snatching it away from Kavalafar. But hey-ho, support needs kills too as well. Iris taking Emma King really low. Oh, that potion just saving him just in time. That was so close.
Well,
in fact, I think that was a fountain, maybe.
A one-man fountain. I'd call it a potion, sure.
Yeah, it might as well be at that point, yeah.
It's not exactly overflowing to teammates at that point. So another big thing in lane is K-Val is just looking for the kill here on top of Emma King.
Hang on. Yeah, he's still going on Emma King. Emma King. Oh, he's dead. All right, fair enough. Kavalafar with the solo kill under the turret. Meanwhile, though, they just killed Goldbine. But it's all good because
Oh, well,
guess
they
what
get the
happened?
turret,
Great Khali took the backs. So, you know, that's all important too.
Yeah, so the other big difference here in lane, I mean, yeah, the last
Oh,
hits are actually not
dear.
that
Hang on a
different.
minute. The action doesn't stop yet, forecourt. Acid has been picked on once more.
Just
Tyrus
Acitor
is going to
dying.
jump in. I love how Tyrus just jumps in with the trampoline before he can even land. Acitor's already dead. It's getting to that point now where he's getting pretty much unkillable.
Well, you know what? SK is just doing fantastic. Let's put it there. There. Now you can fight. Fight to your heart's content, guys. I'm done with you now.
Yeah,
It's just kill after kill. We're
It's
almost
over.
on a kill a minute here, John.
almost. If you if you like move up real quick, just move up to the second turret and then just kill 2 more, and then we'll be happy with a kill a minute in this game. But I think you're right. I mean, Shatterglass is even coming out for Tyrus at this point, so he's doing an absolute a well load of damage. So yeah, is there really a need for analysis at this point, or do we just kind of sit back and go, okay, SK kind of win?
Well, I'm still going to talk about the interesting things going on. Like, Great Khali, no defensive items. We've been seeing this trend. I know Jewel last week with Waldemar on the weapon side of things kind of went with this. 4 big offensive items, then it's like, oh, yeah, I mean, a reflex block every now and then, sure. But with the Crystal, the sustain is just not really there. This is a big reason why Khali is just continuously pushed out in lane. It's almost like every time we look at Cavalfar, he's either harassing Great Khali, or he's pushing up the lane, or he's just forcing a team fight here up. It's because Cavalfar heals. I mean, he has a Serpent's Mask, right? Every time he kills something, he gets that sustain, which allows him to make these trades. He has a shield with the on point. We don't have those tools for Great Khali. I'm actually rather surprised Great Khali is even staying even relevant with the last hit because of that.
Look at the Munions, by the way. That was a really nice force to call, but it was blocked by SK. The Munions were just solo killing Great Khali at that point. It was absolutely disgusting. Almost gets taken out by Cavalifar there. Cavalifar's tanking a little too many turret hits. He's going to have to back off just a little bit. Quibble comes down, does end up stunning him, but SK, it's relentless pursuit. 1 shot, 1 kill. Will take Tyrus a little bit lower, but MouseSports not really being able to do much here. Quibble comes out, does miss. Cavalifar still in the front line. They're going to look for something. I can feel it, but are you going to want him to run into SK with no vision? I don't think so.
Great Khali, I mean, when are we going to get that big red on button?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't actually seen it, I don't think. He does jump in, jumps straight into the gauntlet. Fountain comes out, just saves Zip's life. Not for long, though. Cavalifar's going to come through as well. Acitor, you're not long for this world, my friend. And Tyrus says thank you very much for that double kill. 7-0 right now, really the man of this game. It was Cavalifar's game last time, but SK, they're sharing out the responsibilities of picking up these kills. They pick up another turret as well. Surely that's going to go down soon. And MouseSports just playing on the ropes here. Haven't really got much to work with.
Bacon last week tweeted out that Tyrus was one of his MVPs of last week. You can kind of see this pedal play just working out wonderfully here as well. Acitor 0-7. It's just 2 games in a row. He's ending up being the punching bag. It's either positioning or just the rush down. He finally does have, you know, a little bit of semblance of defense, but this is a very different situation. Last time he at least got 2 items before he, 2.5 items before he went to the defense. This time, Acitor's just sitting on top of that Sorrow Blade. And if you even compare him up against Great Khali's looking for a 3rd offensive. He's looking for a Clockwork or something.
Or something. We'll have to wait and see what that actually is. It's like Jetpack's taking a little bit of damage. MouseSports, they want that kill. Nice force to cord on to 2. Blocked a little bit late, but here comes Cavalifar. He's just doing so much damage at this point. They're going to turn it around. Emma King's almost going to go down. Big red button onto 3 people. It's not going to be enough, though. SK still alive. Emma King's still alive somehow as well. Cavalifar's going to chase that one off. Acitor's almost going to go down. Finally picks up a kill, but it's going to go on to Great Khali there. But 2v1 situation. SK Gaming with the ace. Gold Mine is going to go down as well. They're going to need to push up this wave, but 1 kill on the board, forecourt. They've got it. Finally, Great Khali picks up 1 for his team, but Acitor is sitting on 0-8 right now. Not a good series for him. And definitely, you know, like you said, maybe look into next week.
Yeah, at this rate, we are just going to absolutely see them next week. And they're going to go 2 weeks in a row with no points. That's a pretty high probability that if you can't get anything in that 3rd week, even if you go 8 points, I mean, there's definitely a possibility that they're just already guaranteed in that bottom 3, and they're going to have to fight for their lives in the Challenger splits. But we'll have to see what week 3 does bring in for Mouse, because week 2 has just not been kind to them whatsoever. We're several items, it feels like, at this point from SK ahead. Aster will finally getting a little bit of farm under his belt. But 14-1, the goal difference at 6K. This is a very similar story to Game 1, Joss.
Yeah, it really is. This whole series has just been one big story of SK just kind of forcing their leads and just making it work off the back of Cavalifar and Tyrus. And yep, Infusions, who are not wrong, coming out from SK, so they're even more powerful now. Crystal Sentry didn't really stand a chance. Gauntlet comes down, stole up the duel. Great Kali does manage to jump away for the moment. Emma King just in at that front line, does use the quibble, does stun up Cavalifar, but just getting taken out ever so slowly. He is the lamb to the slaughter as he just kind of walks back into their own jungle, letting the rest of his team escape. However, it doesn't mean MouseSports, 15 kills on the side of SK in 15 minutes. They're really playing on the ropes right now, and it's only a matter of time, I think, before SK just kind of finish this one out.
Cavalifar is almost just getting this 2v1 fight almost in his favor, as well as Mouse is really looking to defend up against that choke, but they got no presence here on the fold whatsoever. Emmer King just finally coming back up since he was kind of just the lamb to the slaughter at that point. Oh! That was a mistake and a half.
Mouse! Asseter, he did it! He redeemed himself. He might be 0-8, but he has redeemed himself. Forster Core does go short. Cavalifar still trading back into Asta. He's going to fall very, very shortly. Gauntlet does come out as well. Great Kali's going to get stunned up. But Asta, look at him. He's going down so fast. And SK, they're chasing this one up. They want revenge for that Kraken steal. And I can't imagine that Kraken's going to do all too much. Emma King, yet again, just kind of falling by the wayside. Black Petal. Black Feather will pick up a kill. Black Petal, that's not a hero at all. That's the mix between those two heroes. But Cavalifar is going to be able to take up the turret, and that will be it. My goodness, that was a good steal.
Yeah, it was a good steal, and they're going to get a turret out of it. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely too sure how much more they'll get out of it. It's only tires and jetpacks for the defense, so at least damage will be accrued on top of this turret. That's a little bit of gold going into the Mouse pockets. Unfortunately, though, more gold is going to go over to SK, and they were already so far ahead at this point that I don't think they did themselves any favors, but unfortunately, that was the best situation that they had. If they could steal the Kraken, it's not being pushed against them, even if they're not going to get a gold, usefulness out of this.
Well, I mean, yeah, that probably would have been the end of the game. Realistically for SK. So, taking that one away, not a problem. It did get a turret at about 3/4 of the tier 2. So, I guess they got that under their belts.
Yeah, almost got the second. But if it got the second one, it would have been a different story because 2 turrets for a Kraken, you actually come out ahead in gold at that point. But yeah, it just overall it was a great steal. Mouse, I'm not sure it's enough to redeem them. They picked up some infusions. They're refreshing those infusions now. So they are fighting on at least something of an even plane for offensive. Unfortunately, their tactics are kind of falling short up against SK.
Yeah, back to the drawing board for Mouse, I think. They got a lot of drawing boards to write on, put it that way, because they've not shown up in these last 2 games. But SK Gaming, we knew they were going to be a challenge. And that's exactly what it is right now. I mean, MouseSports, they've got a lot to take away of it, basically.
This is a
King's
combo.
looking for it. Oh, there we go. All right.
Oh, it was so set up, too. It was
I
really
know.
good.
You could just see it. Like, Asta was ready. He was ready, and so was Great Kali to push that big red button, but nope, did not work. Cavalifar just kind of neatly sidestepped it. That was it. Well, back to the SK show.
It really is the SK show at this point. Jetpacks has been phenomenal there with that Arden. How many times have we seen people jumping into those gauntlets, right? Cavalifar has been that assassin on the front line. He's looking really tanked up at this point. He has all the defensives. They do not know he's there. He's ready to rumble at this point. Even Jetpacks is now going to be picking up an infusion. So SK, time to fight.
Whew. There we go. Gauntlet kind of misses, but no, the unseen Cavalifar is the deadliest.
Oh.
Does come around from the backside. Asta's going to get taken really low here. Great Kali's off to the side as well, but Asta ends up falling to Cavalifar very, very shortly. There we go. He finally picks him up. Great Kali is going to jump over the wall straight on to Cavalifar, however, not where you wanted to be. Big red button used. Cavalifar just tanking that one up, no problem, with the help of jetpacks. And you can see Emma King going down in the side as well. Ace coming through for SK. And that will be, I think, the end of the game for Court. SK Gaming take this series 2-0. And speaking of 2-0s, they got 20 kills on the board as well. 19 minutes on the clock. And that will be it. Game over. SK Gaming looking so strong coming into week 2.
So, I mean, we had the drafts right at this point. We weren't really second-guessing anything of the picks coming in, but the pedal at the end might have just been enough to kind of rattle Mouse a little bit, because with that Jewel coming in, you would really expect